imagine standing on the edge of the known world at just 25 years old, commanding an army feared by empires, and shaping history in ways no one before or after could replicate. This is the story of Alexander the Great, a man whose ambition and genius carved one of the largest empires the world has ever seen. But who was Alexander? A visionary leader, a ruthless conqueror, or a young man blinded by his own divine delusions? As we journey through his life, we'll uncover not just the warrior, but the man behind the myth. Born in 356 BCE in Pella, the capital of ancient Macedonia, Alexander was destined for greatness. His father, King Philip II, was a brilliant strategist who transformed Macedonia into a military powerhouse. His mother, Queen Olympias, filled his mind with tales of gods and heroes, claiming he was descended from Zeus himself. Trained by the great philosopher Aristotle, Alexander's education was unmatched, encompassing philosophy, science, and the arts. By the age of 16, he was already leading armies, a prodigy in both intellect and warfare. But Alexander's childhood wasn't without challenges. Growing up in the shadow of his father, a larger-than-life figure shaped his determination to prove himself as Philip's equal, if not superior. When Philip was assassinated in 336 BCE, Alexander ascended to the throne at just 20 years old. His first act, crushing rebellions within Macedonia and asserting his authority with an iron fist. His second, turning his eyes to Persia, the greatest empire of the time. But Alexander wasn't content with mere conquest. He aimed to fulfill his father's vision and surpass it, uniting the East and West under one banner. This was no easy task. We'll dive into the political landscape of the time, exploring the alliances and rivalries that shaped Alexander's early reign. In 334 BCE, Alexander launched his campaign against the Persian Empire, starting with the Battle of Granicus. With unmatched tactical brilliance, he defeated a much larger Persian force. But this was only the beginning. At the Battle of Issus, Alexander's army faced King Darius III himself. Outnumbered and surrounded, Alexander's bold strategy turned the tide, forcing Darius to flee and solidifying Alexander's reputation as an unstoppable force. In 332 BCE, Alexander marched into Egypt, where he was welcomed as a liberator. Declared a pharaoh and hailed as a living god, Alexander founded the city of Alexandria, which would become a beacon of culture and knowledge for centuries. This moment wasn't just about conquest, it was about legacy. Alexander saw himself not just as a warrior, but as a bridge between civilizations. In 331 BCE, Alexander faced Darius for the final time at the Battle of Gaugamela. Outnumbered 5-1, Alexander's innovative tactics led to a decisive victory, marking the fall of the Persian Empire. Darius was later assassinated by his own men, leaving Alexander as the undisputed ruler of the largest empire the world had ever seen. Yet his ambitions didn't stop there. We'll analyze the strategies that made Alexander's victories possible and the leadership qualities that kept his army loyal despite the hardships. Ruling an empire of such magnitude required more than military skill. Alexander implemented policies to integrate diverse cultures, adopting Persian customs and encouraging intermarriage between his Macedonian soldiers and local women. This sparked controversy among his men who feared losing their identity. Alexander pushed further east, reaching the Indus Valley in 326 BCE. Here, he faced his most formidable challenge, King Porus and his war elephants at the Battle of the Hydaspes. Though victorious, the cost was immense, and his army, exhausted after years of relentless campaigning, refused to march further. This marked the beginning of the end for Alexander's conquests. Returning to Babylon in 323 BCE, Alexander began planning his next campaign, a grand invasion of Arabia, but his health suddenly deteriorated. Some say it was poison, others a fever or the toll of his endless ambition. At just 32 years old, Alexander the Great died, leaving behind an empire that would fracture almost immediately. His last words when asked who should succeed him were chilling: to the strongest. Alexander's empire may have crumbled, but his legacy endures. He spread Greek culture across 3 continents, shaping the world in ways that still resonate today. Was he a hero or a tyrant, a genius or a madman? Perhaps he was all of these things and more. His campaigns changed the course of history, influencing everything from military strategy to cultural exchange. What's certain is this: Alexander the Great was not just a man of his time, but a force that transcended it, leaving an indelible mark on history. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life of Alexander the Great. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more documentaries about the greatest warriors and leaders of the past. What do you think drove Alexander to conquer the world? Let us know in the comments below.